Hello everybody, welcome to our channel. This is Story House Books. How are you? Everybody's doing okay. So tonight we're going to do another maker session. Tonight we're going to be making, ready for it? These. What are these? Okay, these are little things I came up with. I don't know if anybody else has ever done them or whatever. I haven't seen a video on it, so if you've seen somebody else do this, I'm not taking credit for it. Just something that I was playing with today and decided to do a tutorial on it because it's something new for me. So what are these? These are, I'm calling them double pocketed mini folders, mini file folders. Why? Because, well, they look, if you open it up, the main part, we have these little file, like a little folder for it here. You got your two tucks here. What makes them double pocketed? Well, over here, you've got yourself a pocket here in the cover of it, and a little hidden pocket over here on this side. Right here, right? So you have a pocket here, see it there? And a pocket here. There's your double pocket with the two tucks right here and here. Okay? Now with this we can do, this is like a blank, this is like a prototype that I was working on. I haven't decorated it, obviously. But I did do a few more in different variations. So, for instance, I did a little mini one here. Same premise, you've got your pocket there, another pocket here, right back there. You notice in this one I did not do the little bite, the little pocket bite that I normally do, or most of us do, to indicate a pocket. And I actually folded it a little bit lower than this ridge line here. Inside it's the same, you got your two tucks right here and right here. That's one variation. And then you'll see I just put a couple little labels on there for embellishment. Another one is this guy here, and inside here it's a little wider than these are here. You have your tucks, of course. You flip it and close it, and here you have your pocket up here. Also, the little bite isn't there to indicate the pocket, so it's a little more hidden. And then this one is also a pocket, so I have a little shortened pocket on the back side versus having it all the way to the edge. This one comes up halfway, and it's a nice little pocket there with a few little embellishments there. Another one is this one. I think this one is like this first one pretty much. You got your tucks here. This one's also got the hidden pocket without the little pocket bitten out, right? There we go. And then, of course, the hidden pocket that's in, like, I guess you call it kind of like a spine right there behind this embellishment that I put on it right there. And the final alteration here is this one. Now, this one looks the same as the others from the front. Now, you open it up, you have the pockets, or your tucks rather, here. But instead of doing the double pockets, I just made another set of these tucks. So it's 4 tucks in one, right? Now, how can you attach these? Well, easy. You could, let me grab one of the journals that I'm working on. These are just some signatures I have laying around that I've been playing with. But, so you could, for this one, you could just either put it in a pocket itself, put it under belly band here, or you can clip it, right? Clip it to the page. These other ones, you can actually turn them into wraparounds and clip them there, right? Or again, put it in a tuck, pocket in here, or just paper clip it to the top here, make it a free floater. This one again, or you can clip it to the side. I mean, some of these, or if you wanted to, I'm sure you could glue it down here. Maybe just glue around 3 sides, make another pocket. So you'd have 1, 2, and a third. Plus your 2 tucks here. You could even, goodness, if you really wanted to, get a smaller one and a larger one and wrap those around. That'd be kind of nice, right? So, that's what I'm going to show you tonight, how I made these. And, so yeah, so let's make some stuff. Get these out of the way. Put these in my book of pockets, so I don't forget how to make them. Alright, supplies. What do you need? Well, you're going to need scissors. Of course, you need glue. Whatever glue you want. There's different glues that you can have. I've got art glitter, I've got some Fabri-Tac in this little Swiss bottle, and I got some Alien Tacky Glue. For this one, I'm going to use art glitter just because I love the thin little line of, or bead of glue that it puts out. So you don't use that much. And with these small types of embellishments, you don't want to goober them up with a whole lot of glue, right? So we'll be using art glitter. So there's your glue. You're going to need your bone folder here. If you want to ink it, you're going to need some ink right here. You need a circle punch for those little bite marks. You're going to want some embellishments, so I'm going to use labels here, maybe a button or two. I'm going to keep them really simple tonight. And what else? Most important thing. Put these all back here because you started to notice my craft table is starting to close in on me. It used to be all of this, and now I've gone from a 3x2 table to a 1x1 little square here. Let me move some of this out of the way so we can have some more room. Don't talk about my desk, it's messy, I don't care. What are we going to use? Alright, well, break out your scraps, because these work really well. If you want to make your big ones, grab out your whole big 12x12s if you want to. You can use whatever size paper you want to for this, pretty much, as long as you're comfortable with it, right? So, anyway, I've got different sizes here. I've got some, old music page. This is original here. I've got some remnants from 12x12s, 8x8, 8.5x11s sheets here. I've got almost full pages. I got some coffee dyed scrapbook paper here. That's not very it's not very heavy. I wouldn't go any heavier than this. It's not cardstock. Cardstock I would not use. It is too thick to make all these folds and it not be too bulky. I am going to show you ways to get rid of some of the bulk in the the folds, which comes in handy when you're using heavier paper like this. Again, this is not cardstock. It's just a little bit heavier paper. I did use this weight in this one, so you can see the bulk is fine on it, and it was pretty easy to fold. Okay, so we're going to use all these different types, from regular paper to not cardstock but scrapbook paper. It's pretty thin. See there, pretty thin. These are really lightweight cardstock, so I consider more paper than cardstock. We'll use these because you'll see. You want to see how bendy they are. Kind of helps, right? Easier to bend. You get some cardstock, which is kind of as thick as this, and it doesn't want to bend as easily. So anyway, we're going to use different sizes for today's tutorial for these. And let's make some stuff. Alright, I haven't made any with the music paper yet, so this will be a first. You're going to want a strip. That's the first thing, okay? You don't want a 6x6 or a square. You want like a long rectangle, so more of a strip. I'm going to even up these lines here. Oh, just a little bit, tear some of that off. Doesn't have to be perfect, because you can always trim it down once you know what you're folding, right? Okay. Alright. So now we got that. I'm just going to clip that little nubbin off. Doesn't matter. It's junk journaling. Everything, anything goes. Right? Right. Alright, let's start first. We've got our strip of paper here. We're going to use this side. I want the music pieces to show, the music notes to show, and the pencil marks and whatnot that are on this original piece. You'll even see it's aged really well in some of these spots on here. I love this paper. So you're gonna want this on the outside, meaning you're gonna fold. Make sure you're folding with this always on the outside, your print or whatever side you want to show. If you want this to be on the inside, of course, then you fold it in this way, right? Obviously. Do it however you want to do it. Again, this is what we want to do, right? There's no rules on how you want it to look. It's how you want it to look. Alright, next thing. Take your strip, okay? And you're going to fold up for the inside pockets. These are going to be for these tucks here, right? So we're going to fold this up a little bit. Just make it as deep as you want to make it. Now, if I go any deeper than this, it's going to be really tiny. But this is going to be like a little mini, extra mini file folder. Double with pockets. So, alright, fold up your pocket. Go ahead and make a crease with your bone folder. Now, next step here, we're going to fold the entire piece here on itself. So we're going to fold it in half, exactly in half. You're not going to have to know the measurements of any of this stuff. It's all folding in halves. All right, open that up. Make sure you got a nice deep crease in there. Put it over and just do it one more time. Okay. Now, open it back up here. Okay. You're going to take the right side over here, and you're going to fold that into the crease you just made. Okay, not into it, just right before you get to it. Stop. So, here's my crease. You see that there? We're going to stop right before it. All right? So, basically kind of folding this side in half, almost. All right, make your crease nice and tight. Okay. Now that side's done. All right, what about this side? All right, we're going to flip this whole thing over like this. Ooh, I have sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry about that. You're going to flip it over, and you're going to fold it back on itself, right? At the middle crease. So here's that middle crease. You're just going to fold back on it with the other side. So you flip it over and fold back on this crease, right? So now you've got this left side over here and your right side. So you folded it back on itself. Okay. I'm going over my instructions over here. If you see me going over the side, I had to write them down so I didn't forget all these little steps because they're all important. Okay, next step here. We are going to take this and we're going to fold it up back to that middle crease again, just right before it. And then you're going to crease there. So fold it there and make that crease at the bottom. Okay, so what you should have if you open it up looks like this. Okay, so you made a W or an M, however you want to do it, right? WM, whatever. Okay, it should look like this. All right, so I'm going to go one more time over the creases, make sure those are nice and sharp. Then what are you going to do? Okay, now you're going to open this up like that. Okay. Now here, if you want to have rounded edges like this, go ahead and do them now. Because once you start gluing things down, it gets thicker and thicker when you get these larger ones. It's hard to get these rounded very well, if at all. So, if you have, I forgot to tell you this, corner rounders, or you can use a pair of scissors, go ahead and make those rounded edges now, before you go any further. Now I'm using the smallest one because this is going to be a really small folder. It doesn't need to be big one and bite off half of the paper. Okay. We do them all the same size, so when you close the whole thing, they all match up together. Okay, so we're going to go here and there. Alright, now, put that aside. Open this back up. Okay. Now, this is the point where you also, if you want to ink it, do it now. Because once we start folding, it's going to get real hard. So for this one, I'm using Ground Espresso. It's dark. It's one of the deeper browns of the Distress Oxides. I'm also going to go ahead and clip off this piece here, so I have a little more flesh there. Go ahead and ink if you want to do. If you want, do that now. We'll do this really quick for the sake of time. Actually, just fold it up and do the whole thing. Here we go. Get these creases here, the folds really well. Make sure you get your corners. Okay, open it up, see how that looks. If we need to edge up some more here on the inside, we do that here. Do that on the pockets, down the middle ridge there. And then you want to ink pockets, of course. Okay, that'll do for now. Just do a little more distressing on it. If you want to, whatever you want to do, it is your prerogative. Okay, that's enough. Alright, so now we've got our little W here. What are we going to do next? Now you're going to start to, I want you to cut out Some people call it an arrow. Some people call it a strip, whatever. But to decrease some of the bulk of this pocket in your creases, right, and also to create those tucks, you want to go ahead and cut out a little arrow or some call or carrot. So there's your fold line right here. See that there? You're gonna on either side of it cut out a little carrot or a triangle or whatever you want to call it, arrow. Try to make them even on both sides, right? Just pop that out. Now that bulk is gone, and this is not even at all. So let me just do a little cut. There we go. That's better. All right. So now you see we have this space here, right? But now you also don't have that bulk anymore. So see how thin it is? You still have this. And it looks just like the inside of the folders you use in school, or your kids use in school, or you use in school, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and ink those now before I glue anything down. Right there. All right, let's crease those one more time before we glue them down. All right, so first one we're gonna do is we're gonna glue. Take this out here. Glue down this one flap here. Make sure your edges are lined up. Hold on just a second. I love this art glitter. The first bottle I've purchased, and it's expensive, but it really grabs pretty quick. I mean, look at that. For the other flap, we're going to do kind of the same thing. Now I've tried different ways of doing this. I've tried cutting right down the crease here. The problem with that is when you fold this up, it kind of sticks out a little bit right there. So the one I like the most, I've cut back here. I didn't like the way that looked either. I actually would cut past this one a little bit so it would kind of like come over, right? So I just cut this down to that crease. And then, since this is going to be a pocket, we don't need this flap anymore if we're going to go with the standard base one, the first one I showed you. And you can just cut this whole piece off at the crease, if you'd like. Or you could fold it in and glue it down. Either or, whatever works best for you. This over here. Alright, so now we have glued this flap. We have not glued this one yet, so let's go ahead and do that. So for this one, since it came over that edge, I'm going to open it up and we're going to glue this flap down. And I go a little bit over that crease just to make sure it stays down. You actually have its own dedicated tuck spot over there. Alright. Make sure that's down. And now we are, it's already stuck. Look at that. Right, good to go. Okay. You with me still? This gets a little confusing, so I know I'm going fast, but I'll make another ones. I'll be making more so you can watch those again. Or how it's made again. Alright, so now, close this part up. Go back over here, and we're going to go ahead and make this pocket, this first one. Let's go ahead and put a tiny little bite on it. So I'm going to use, this is my 1/2 inch circle punch. And we're going to make, let's find the center. Take a little bite out. Right. Ink that up a little bit, just so you can see it. Okay. So it'll look like this. Alright. Let's glue this down. Now, some people, you'll notice that I go all the way down because I find that glue on glue grabs a lot better than just glue on paper. So both sides of these will grab each other. There's a little fruit fly in here. I don't know how he got in here, but he's bugging me. Just going to fold these. Add a little bit of glue. Alright. Now, we'll say with the art glue, it's such a narrow tip. If you're not using it directly, go ahead and put your pin back in. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this one down. Make sure your edges are lined up. And get that glue out. Okay. Now, if you have a little bit of that piece sticking where you cut off this flap, it's fine. No big deal. Take your scissors. I'm probably going to take my smaller snippet scissors and cut that off and even up that edge. Or tighten up that edge, however you want, whatever you want to call it. Now, that is a wet glue. It's not like Fabri-Tac, so it will wet your paper and it will buckle a little bit. but it'll be fine once it dries. So there we go, clean up that edge. All right. Now, fold this back down. So now we've got a pocket here that we just created, right? Right there. Now we're going to create this hidden one back here, this open space. So same thing. We are going to glue this down to itself. Make sure you don't glue here so you close your pocket off. And then just fold it up. Make sure your edges are all neat and flush as possible. And I just pull out from the middle and then pull outwards. Pull out. Or you can use your bone folder if you don't want to use your fingers. All covered in glue. I don't mind. I'm covered in glue all the time. Okay. Now you have, excuse me, you have your pocket here, right there. And you have your hidden pocket right there. Okay. And you open it up and you got your two tucks right here and here. So, done. Right? Like I said, you can use any size paper. Look how small I made this one. This is a little bit bigger, right? I mean, all the different sizes of paper that I made for these other ones, right? So, I probably wouldn't go, I might go a little smaller than this. If I really wanted to do one, we could probably get away with one like that. Cut that part off. And make a little mini one. Mini folders. So yeah, there's one. Let's decorate this one. Break out some labels. Easy peasies. I got some buttons here too if we decide to use those. Alright, so here we go. Let's see what I got. I'm gonna grab the tweezers. Let's go ahead and find something that looks like a booklet type of thing. Ooh. What? Oh, let's get some color in there. Oh, let's see. How about... number maybe would be better. Ooh, how about that one? Or what do you guys think about this one? That one I kind of like. There's another kind of oddly shaped one. I think I like that one. So there's one. Go ahead and ink this up too a little bit. Oop. Okay. Spray more glitter glue. Now notice I don't use that much of this. Don't need it. Is that straight? I think so. Yeah, that's straight. Okay. Alright, now we gotta go something a little smaller than that. What do we want bigger? Bigger? Not really. Alright, let's try what we got over here. Go down here. Oh, no, that's too big. Rectangles. I like that label. Did it right. I want to cover up that number 1 now. See if I can find something long and slender like these guys up here. Ooh, how about that? Little Birmingham. Put that right there. And then maybe circle. Right about now. I don't think it needs a circle. Do you? Let's see. Nah, let's get the circle. We'll just put a small little label there. We'll ink this tiny little dude up. Put it on there, and I think that'll be plenty, honestly. You could probably put some lace on there if you wanted to Gotta go with the tone of the music, right? This is always a good decoration there. Alright. Put that right up there. I think that's good. Is it straight? No, quite. Alright. And just for giggles, let's put... Hold on a second. I think it needs a little more. Or, oh, you know what we could do? Not those. Let me grab my enamel accents here. So this stuff right here, I kind of compared to, remember puffy paint, if you guys remember that stuff. I don't even think so. I haven't even make that anymore, but puffy paint. But it hardens to it's like a little enamel drop, right? Or a little pearl. So let me unclog this thing. Excuse me. I try to unclog that. Let me grab this and help unclog that little nozzle. This is the one bad thing about this stuff. It does clog. Alright. Put this back in there. Let's see if I can run a bead. There we go. Alright, we're good. So let's do some beads around here at this corner. So here you just put a little bead and pull up, and then it'll make a little bead for you. That's not the greatest one, but let's do another one here. And then we're going to go right there. Might need some more, maybe. Let's do some more here. The thing about this stuff is you also have to let it cure for a while, depending on how big the bead is. These won't take long, but I'm going to try not to touch it after we put these on. And I'm going to set it to the side, away from everything. Okay. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to put this to the side so it cures, but we got our pockets. Our pockets are in. Our tucks are done, right? So let's just let this one, let the glue and the enamel dots dry, and then we'll look at this one later. It's over there. If you wonder why I'm doing this, I had to cut off the tip because it did get clogged. It dried out, so I put this piece of cloth in there to keep it from drying out totally. And I put the cap back on. Okay, so there's one. How long did that take us? That took us 27 minutes. Man, I'm slow on stuff. Uh-oh, did I touch it? No, I didn't. Shoot, let's do it here. Alright, let's do a couple more real quick. We'll skip the decorating on it so you guys can see it. Let's do it on a bigger one. Actually, how about we do it on a big one so it's a lot easier for you guys to see. Okay. Make some room here. We'll make one more, and I'm going to let you guys off to the races to make your own. Alright, see, large piece of them here. It's kind of like this is coffee stained. This came from a paper pack I got at Hobby Lobby. I think this is Distressed Floral, I believe is the pack. Anyway, I did coffee stain both sides. We're going to do the same thing here as we did with the other one. Okay? Fold up the pocket however you want. This big piece of paper, we can do it obviously deeper. Crease that. Okay, we're going to do what? Remember, fold it in half. The whole piece. Okay. Now, what are we going to do next? Do you remember? I don't. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We're going to cut out our little point here, but in a second after we close this. So right side, remember, fold that in. I got enamel over me. Fold it into the crease, right before the crease. Remember, there's the crease. You want to stop just before you get there. Okay, a little closer. All right. Hold that down and make that crease here. Okay. Now, oh, you scared me, Lena. Sorry, that was my daughter to scare the crap out of me. She opened the front door. Probably looking for my cat. Okay, I'm going to flip it over. We're going to fold back on this crease here. Remember? And then fold up to make that pocket up there. So get it all the way to the edge. That middle crease, the first crease we created. And fold it there. Alright, get your creases down really tight. Make sure all your edges are lining up. Okay, here's our W. Now, let's go ahead and round our corners. This one I'm going to use 7mm side. I see what I'm talking about. This part's going to be difficult to get in here. Ugh. Did we get it? Yeah, we got it. Alright, we got our corners rounded. Alright, what's going to be our next step? You guys remember? I do, because I have my instructions written down right over here. My cheat sheet. Okay. Alright, let's open it up. Let's go ahead and cut out our little carrot here. Okay. Gonna make these match. Take out our carrot. Did we get it? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and cut this piece out. Right here. Let's do this. This time, let's cut it at an angle. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and cut this flap off. We don't need it. Or you can, if you want to, you can always just glue this down and fold it up if you want to. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm gonna cut off most of this. That way we'll have like a smoother edge here when we flip it up. Or you know what? No, we're going to cut it off. Sorry guys, I'm kind of still winging it a little bit here on best process or best practice on how to do this. So I'm going to cut the flap off. Makes for less bulk too without it there. Okay, there we go. So here's what we got now. All right, let's go ahead and start inking our edges. For this one, I'm going to keep using the ground espresso. Alright, here we go. Pockets. Sorry, I got like gapped out for a second. Alright. Do remember, if you like the video today, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. Help get my channel to grow. I'm a young channel, the young new Etsy storefront, so help a girl out. Hit the like button if you like it, and and if you don't, hit the don't like. We always welcome, there's not many more than me, but we, us at the Story House and Story House Books welcome comments. I'd love to hear your feedback on what you think of these. Okay, or even leave comments of like stuff that you've seen in my store that you want to see tutorials on. Any of the journal flip throughs or whatever. I don't mind. Okay, now got it inked. Let's start gluing and get this puppy done. Okay, make sure your edges are lined up. Go. Done. Let's open this one up. Get this down. Okay. Pull this up here. Make sure that glue spreads out. Okay, let's make our first pocket. Let's go ahead and take our bite out. Pocket bite. Center. Boom. There we go. We got the bite. I don't know what the term is for it. I call it a pocket bite. Let's glue that down. Now you will notice if you decide to leave this in here and not cut it all the way down, there is that piece that will show. It doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, then go ahead and cut that whole piece out. But it doesn't bother me. It kind of looks, I think it looks kind of cool that it kind of halves up that spot, makes it a little more noticeable. But again, up to you. Whether you, if you don't like it, cut it off. If you don't care, like I don't care, leave it there. Okay, what was I doing? All right, yeah, I'm going to glue this shut. Okay. Go. Okay, close it up. Let's mind our creases again. And then we're going to glue this back part down. Fold this piece up. Make sure your edges are all lined up there real nice. Wipe up that glue. So make sure these edges are lined up really nice, decently. At least. All right. There's another one done. Let's see if I grunge it up a little bit more like I want to right now. Go ahead and do that. But we're not going to decorate this one because we are running up on a longer video than I wanted to keep you guys here. So there we go. Another one. Here, your pocket's there. And your pocket right here. Okay. We're going to stop there. And let's check on this one. This one's probably still wet. Yeah, it is. So here's what we got, y'all. Got 2.5 an hour or so, give or take a few minutes. But go nuts. Make what you want. Use these other variations that I showed you in the beginning to make different kinds of the same kind of pocket. Whatever you want to do. Go make some stuff. Thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you guys have a great crafting day. Again, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you don't, hit that button either. Don't forget, if you're new to our channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notifications so you get updates on our upcoming content. I will have a link to our Etsy store in the description below. Please use it. Go check out what we have. We also take custom orders. So with that, I'm going to tell you guys good night, and I will see you guys in our next maker session. So get out there and go make some stuff. Talk to y'all later. Bye.